Now,
Radiant
Eagle Boys
team pick.
has some death on offer. You've got Shadow Demon Mars and Elder Titan, some good wombo combo potential.
Dire
You have the
team
Arena and
ban.
the Earth Splitter.
Ember
Ember
Spirit.
poking in from the sidelines as well. They do have a lot of catch for this Ember Spirit, though. We just talked about how
Uh,
many stuns SG has. Sand King, Lina, good follow-up
Radiant
potential.
team
the
ban.
only
And,
instant stun though is the Sand King, really.
yeah,
The
good
others
Lincoln
are,
Sphere potential from Ember, maybe.
yeah, keep him safe. Few
Part of
things that
that
can
too is
trigger, but
trusting in
yeah.
your Shadow Demon, right? You get
Oh
initiated
yeah,
on, your Shadow Demon's in position, you just cut all that out, jump to your Remnant, you're good to go.
yep.
10 seconds
This was one of
remaining.
these heroes that is immune to these kind of setups
5
if he has the
seconds
defensive
remaining.
remnants, because it's an instant cast. You can't really stop that, no matter how well you time it.
Yeah. The one worrisome thing right now for SG's lineup is I'm seeing a lot of magic damage. Unless Wraith King goes for this Armlet Deso build that we've seen make a small resurgence, all of their damage right now is magic. If he goes for the Radiance build, you're going to have the Radiance burn, Sand King, Lina, AA. Once that Mars gets a pipe, I'm worried about the damage potential. Elder Titan beefs up very quickly. Shadow Demon's going to make it hard to burst people down, and Ember's just, mobile and Ember Spirit. So I worry a little bit that SG has some damage issues. I feel like either the
Radiant
Wraith King
team
has to
pick.
commit for that heavy physical damage, or they need to pick up something else that will cover that base.
Yeah, I mean, they're still looking for the mid hero, presumably, unless they want to shift the Lina towards that position, which could very well be a thing. There's a certain amount of flexibility in this particular draft, and Lina is not really a bad mid hero in most
10
matchups, just
seconds
because you
remaining.
stay so far away from things. You have a decent amount of right click damage, you have this long range nuke
5
to
seconds
harass and
remaining.
secure extra CS with, so all of
Yeah,
this makes it fairly independent.
it's nice against the Ember Spirit too. You have the stun you can get at level 1 to put up a lot of harass. Like you mentioned, very long attack range, could sit very far back. So Eagle Boys might look to shift that into the safe lane if they do suspect it to be the Lina mid. Or they can just grab a flex hero here. Maybe something like the Troll we've seen get picked up with the Ember Spirit sometimes. You can flip flop back and forth.
Yep.
Dire team pick.
Uh-huh.
Be the sniper. Okay. First one of
Oh,
those I've seen.
me too, actually. Let's see, what does Dota buff say? Hero, sniper.
I don't think we're going to see one this tournament yet, man. Maybe in one of the other qualifiers, like
10
maybe in like
seconds
CIS
remaining.
or something, but I definitely
Yeah,
haven't seen it anywhere in SA.
yeah,
Five
And
you
it's
actually
an
seconds
right.
okay
remaining.
sniper game.
Team Spirit picked
It's
it against Nemiga.
okay.
Pain Gaming actually picked it against Infamous. That must have been one of the games that we didn't guess.
Oh, okay.
Vega Squadron against Nemiga, and
That's still
Mineski against
CIS.
Ginisbrus. Yeah, so 2 CS, 1 SA, 1 SEA. Only 4 games of Sniper amongst all these qualifying matches, and they've been quite a bit, so it's not necessarily a popular hero.
Maybe a storm here for SG. Jump on that sniper. It
Yeah.
lanes. I mean, sniper's most likely going to go mid, right? So you're going to maybe have a bit of a tougher lane, but then once you hit that level 6, you have good rotation support coming in. You can gank well with the AA and the Lina. You do still fall into that problem of lots of magic damage, but I don't see how you solve your sniper problem and solve your damage problem in the same hero.
Lina mid, Wraith King A offlane, tanking support, and a Spectre.
Ooh, that's not bad actually. That's not bad.
Anything that can jump on snipe. Tanking, eventually he's gonna have his blink. Wraith King might go for that as well, but
If he goes for a blink Ags on Sand King, you could
yeah.
probably do it.
Yo, this guy has no chill, man.
Oh,
What?
all right. That's the pick.
Yo, this guy has no
I mean,
chill.
think about it.
Yeah.
Who does well against Bird Mama?
No
It's
one.
pretty much just Mars, really, but Mars is going off lane. It's a Benjaz hero.
Yeah.
So
Dragonstone, Ember
Ember's going to
Spirit.
have this Brood Mama just running at him.
Yeah, okay, so once
I
the game
like this
goes on, there's gonna be a few things. There's gonna be plenty for AoE to deal with the spiders, so they're not necessarily gonna be a huge issue going forward. They have some decent lockdown as well for the Broodmother, so it's not one of these super free Broodmother games where no one can ever stun you and where there's no AoE. There's also, I believe, Spider Army also fuels up the Elder Titan spirits quite a bit.
It sure does. It does very good job.
You have to be a bit careful with that. But for the mid lane matchup and the general pace that the Broodmother can bring to the table, yeah, I mean, they certainly have the opportunity to do something with that. Even if it's just
I feel like if you're
backlaning
picking
and
Brood Mama and you're picking it as a last pick in this kind of game, I think the only solution Ego Boys could have run is if they run the Mars mid.
Yep.
You max out the Rebuke, you get a bunch of points of Bulwark, and you just tank through it. But because they've committed to the bench as Mars, they're going to run Draken in the mid lane, I assume. You don't really want to put Sniper there, so they're going to put Draken in the mid lane, and those towers are just going to melt.
unless they're switching up the roles a little bit between the players, seems to be the way that things will go. SG, they're on the dire side, so what the Broodmother can do is just farm on their own side of the map with just a few webs here in this triangle side jungle thing.
Yeah.
Normally it's almost better on the Radiant if you can get away with that, of doing the same thing, then you can just intercept the dire creeps and farm behind the towers and whatnot, but can sort of do that as well on the other side if you want to be aggressive. Maybe farm the Ancients.
I don't think it's worth it. I think it's easier just to secure your own farm, snowball out of control, put the pressure on when you can, try and threaten kills, and the only problem with this Broodmother is that she can die, I'm gonna say twice. If she dies more than twice this game, they're gonna have problems because, like you said, they do have good clear as they get into the later stages of the game. You're gonna have the Mars, you're gonna have the Elder Titan, Sniper's gonna build a Mjolnir eventually. Same with the Ember Spirit. So they will have clear going to the later stages, and they have to hit this timing with Broodmother. Otherwise, maybe this wasn't a good pick.
There's certainly, and as I said, there's certainly some ways to deal with the Broodmother as the game goes on. Normally the formula is, alright, you need some sort of AoE, reliable AoE to deal with a giant enormous spider army, because Broodmother actually relies on that quite a bit to actually do super quick damage, you know, being able to run people down. This is what makes it super dangerous to stay in the webs if you're the other team. But if you keep the spider army low, then it's less of an issue for all of the heroes. The other thing is, again, reliable lockdown, which they should also have.
You know, I did get my crazy team fight, but if this is going to be our last game, I'm okay with the Brood Mama cheese. You don't see it often. It's something new. I'm in for it. I'm ready.
Yes, defensive disruption here, dodging out the Q. Oh, maybe not. Altide's still stunned under that. By SG, they get 2 bound runes. There's still one sitting down bottom that Sexyfat can pick up whenever. And
I mean, he's just gonna leave it there, I guess. Okay. So
you got the other
we'll
one, and then just didn't go for his own. Want to block up the
wanted to
creeps
get that
instead.
block, I guess.
Right, so we're gonna have a try situation up top. It's a bit of an interesting one with Sniper, Battle Demon. Elder Titan though can be quite strong, of course, if he gets the Astral buff. Stop punching. Just leave us out of this mid lane that we were talking about. Also, one thing worth keeping in mind, looking at the Ember CS, maybe not useful, just depending on how many spiders will come out later down the line. So far, he's doing quite well, 6 and 2 to the 2 and 0 on analog. Again,
Yeah, a lot of your damage comes from those spiders, so until those really come in, it's actually tough for Broodmama to secure CS.
Both of them with Quelling Blades, but Ember has 60 base damage, plus 2 from the Fair Fire, but Broodmother has 49.
You've just achieved first blood. Thanks.
We should have paid more attention to that. Sniper up top does go down to all the stuns, I would imagine.
Yeah, looks like disruption was used, but
Not enough.
not quite enough.
Like, they're very squishy if you can get on top of them. So these two supports have to be on the money to try and dissuade them from doing that all the time. Keeping them away from their small little sniper boy.
I am impressed with how well Draken is dealing with this mid lane though. 12 and 5. I don't think he's gotten any of the spider lanes yet, so it's just been very good CSing. Yeah, 7 and 0 on that brood.
Not so good. Not really too much to talk about down bottom, I guess. There's no real kill potential. Both of them should just farm away.
Speedy rune of haste.
Benjaz did bring a sentry to lane, but Sexy Fat also brought his own. D-ward on D-ward, and we'll be able to sandstorm pretty freely. It's up top where I think we're going to see a lot of the action.
Yep.
So we do have that try on try.
It's always this danger because this. It's always the advantage of having your initiation or having a stun on the melee carry in this kind of lane. Right? This is where the Rage Queen shines because you want to be near the creeps to just found them, but it's also near the creeps, so you can just stun up anyone that comes close instead of for the rest of his team. So they didn't quite get the kill there. Also, not a salve on Matthew, so this is the region wars already coming into play. Few more tangos left on both sides. Oh, got a stun. Follow up with the LSA, and that should secure the cold feet this time. And well, round 2, they get the kill, but got him. Handle himself. 2 stacks, 3 stacks of poison. It's on level 1, so don't think it's gonna be enough. Ryzen maybe can find another one.
Another
It's
stun.
actually going for Ma, the stun to try and turn this around with the LSA. I'm still alive.
Killing
Ma
spree.
should also be fine.
This is Gabe Newell. Thanks for playing
Poison
Dota 2.
expires right now, but
Double kill.
again, level 1 is not nearly as dangerous as it is in later levels. Oh, go again. Stun, LSA, cats. Only now the cold feet, so I don't think that'll proc this time.
No regen left really on the Wraith King though, is the big thing. Or Venom on the sniper to poke and prod some of that HP regen.
All the Venom on the range hero, it's still so weird to see.
I can't believe what we're seeing! What just happened?
4% slow, 3 DPS for 4 seconds. That's better than nothing, I guess.
It's less the slow and more just the fact that you can poke at the HP consistently. That's the big thing, right? It's got the level and take aim now, so it's going to be harder to close that gap and really get on top of them. Sand is jungling very effectively down in the bottom lane though. 37 CS on him.
Top CS right now. Getting a few extra from the jungle, dragging these creeps around, doing offlane shenanigans. He can do a similar thing with this hard camp. It's a matter of securing runes both sides. Stomp actually trying to secure them up top as I'm making a bit of a play. Draken going for the rotation here as a cat in a world of hurt. Yeah, he does drop to the side of fist.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, in Broodmama land, it's creep hitting time.
Oh yeah.
Just gonna have her medallion very soon, but Ember is about to hit level 6, so not really the best kill potential. Just can kind of threaten him nicely, and then look to threaten the tower as well.
Got him. It's stomped up, and now the turnaround though. That's cold feet. Will actually progress. He's oh, maybe not. Also, Duke inside the tree. Still a lot of damage here. Stick Child's not going to keep him alive for long, but maybe setting up for Golem. He has to retreat through the shrapnel. And that's a little bit too much. Ryzen the one who got the kill, but now the LSA on too. Tomato continuing to
Double
try
kill.
and turn things around, but he's just not powerful enough just yet. Oh, is he with the creeps helping out? Maybe I spoke too soon, but there's also a amount of damage going the other way. The stun catches both of them, finishes off the Lina, and now Tomato is going to eat a stun from Golem, finally finishing off, but not before he claims another kill for himself.
Oh, lots of chaos going on the map, that's for sure.
To say the least. Did you see that bottom? Ben has actually just speared him out of the sandstorm.
He was under tower, so not the most impressive, but it's still funny to see. Just pulled out.
It's maxed out, so it's not a long cooldown, but still.
It was a soul ring online. He's working on a soul ring. We'll be able to spam that a little more effectively.
Alright. So far,
They're
so
looking
good.
to rotate onto Benjaz though. Lina come down bottom. No epicenter, but lots of stun damage.
Strike sense not max out. It's a lot of DPS. Yes, I can't see that again. Off to the tree, but they still want to keep going. The LSA could just get rid of some of these trees. Didn't quite find Ben has with the stun, but
Radiant's bottom
not really
tower
required.
is under attack.
Man, I'm lagging real bad. I'm gonna just reconnect real quick, see if I can fix it.
Or it was just me.
No, I'm having
Dire's
a
little
rough
bit
one.
stuttery.
is under attack.
Big ol' creep stack up there.
Radiant's bottom
And they
tower
just
is
smoked
under attack.
under the vision of
Dire's
two
middle
skeletons.
tower is under attack.
Slightly questionable, but they're gonna shrine up. Ryzen Matthew, perhaps together with Draken, but Analog, he's just playing way too defensive. Or is he? The Remnant right on top of him. Draken shows up. Ah, the smoke breaks on Ryzen, so he should be fine. Ruins in.
Okay, we're back.
Dire's middle
And it looks
tower
like that did
is
fix it.
under attack.
So
Nice.
win all around.
Okay. Out on bottom, took quite a bit of punishment with all of that D shenanigans. Senking also has the Veil online, so Saxfad is just doing extremely well for himself, and the question still becomes whether when the Broodmother wants to become active. She has that Orchid queued up.
That is
That's
a
very
good item to rush. Ember doesn't really have any ways to deal with this. He's not gonna have a Yules or anything for a while.
Slide of Fist just takes forever.
Fade
Yeah.
away.
Arena down bottom, Lina goes down, Saxfad unable to stop it. So that's a nice little kill.
Curious to see if he goes for the full Zai build and gets the Spirit Vessel now. Does look like it, as he's got the Windlace. Maybe he thinks about it.
Maybe it's just value. Speaking of value here, this creep stack. We farmed up now. 3 points up a Shrapnel. Or the Sniper, so that'll do the trick.
Mask of Madness queued up on him as well. Just looking to get that attack speed. Kind of dangerous against the Brood though. If you pop that when she jumps you, what is it, -8 armor? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, 8 armor. Put that put the medallion that she's got on top. It's 15 armor that you're missing all of a sudden. Spooky.
That's why you need Ryzen to be on point. Waiting a bit of that time. He himself is probably gonna be one of these free pickups that the Broodmother can go for once she has the Orchid.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a while before we see any team saving potential, really. Like, if she just jumps on the Disruptor, or Shadow Demon every time, doesn't allow him to get that disruption off, that's going to be the big kill. And then she can follow up with chasing down Draken, chasing down the Sniper. Wraith King is going to be popping around as well. He's going for the Radiance, too. No Midas on him, so just some good AoE damage, some good push. Your Brood should be coming online within the next... She's actually switched. She's gone for the Diffusal. So actually even faster. I'd say by the like 12-13 minute mark, you're going to look at this Brood running down lanes and getting just kill after kill, taking all your towers, closing that map off.
It's a bit away from the Orchid, actually, yeah. Good point. But yeah, as you said, she can still do what she needs to be doing. Take over the map. Buy that
Dire's
space,
middle
build that
tower is
momentum
under
for
attack.
her team. Speaking of momentum here, they'd rather that this tier 1 bottom does not stay alive much longer. It's super low, it's just calling for them, but as long as Ben has is there, you can always just nuke down the creep wave.
It is in deny range. He could deny it if he wanted to. Looks like they will just take the runes instead.
Got him. He got it up top, but in a bit of trouble. He does have his ultimate to work with. If he doesn't have help, he might just die twice. There's another shrapnel in a couple of seconds.
Is under attack.
Might not want to stick around Ryzen. Okay. That was a big crit. And so we're just gonna pop this ultimate for now, which does mean that if you go at him in the next 3 minutes or so, you don't have to worry about that.
He's just a regular hero now. Do have still good kill potential thanks to... Well, actually, Matthew's really low on levels, so kill potential's maybe a little bit more limited. Benjaz, still no blink or anything.
Dire's middle tower
I
is
think it'd
under
be
attack.
kind of hard to take this Wraith King down.
Radiant structures are
Tower.
fortified.
Big lift, but it'll
Dire's
probably go
middle
down
tower
here. Maybe
is under attack.
Ben has. Oh wow, he actually gets rid of the catapult.
Radiant's
This makes it
bottom
easier for
tower
one of the
is
heroes to
falling.
last hit it. So he was unable to get that deny for himself.
The bigger thing, honestly, is the fact that Ember actually took Brood's tower before the other way around. That's a
it's
big loss.
Crazy. Kind of comes down to, well, you have to be very careful with the spiders and just how close you want to bring them. Yellow Titan rotating in, I guess. Either way, she's
Brood
been
is-
focusing a lot on hitting creeps rather than hitting towers.
Yeah, I mean, she's top net worth, so it's good, but that's a lot of map control to just give up because you're focused on your own CS. I don't know. I feel like Ember shouldn't be able to take a Brood's tower at 12 minutes by himself.
Brood's gonna get some help here just as the diffuse blade goes up.
Top
Draken.
lane.
I'm looking at mid right now because Ember Spirit is maybe going to die. Yep, he is. Cold Feet will still proc. Meanwhile up top, Golem.
Radiant's middle
Banishment,
tower
yeah. It should set up for another kill here, shouldn't it?
Radiant structures
Yep.
are fortified.
We did get the Midas though. It's off cooldown naturally. So. Going back for that rather than the straight
Arena
ring.
mid.
Is under attack.
What?
The Benjaz was setting up. You cut through the trees.
Lock gets pinned to another tree here. Burst Strike still holds Ryzen in place. The arena into Matthew. Going for the ultimate. He can't escape that. So Anlock, all of a sudden, super freaking low. He doesn't have his ultimate already. So Broodmother just straight up dies. Sexy Fat has to stand there, but he walks out of the sandstorm. Also catch Cat in the middle of that with the storm. That should be another kill indeed.
They
So
have any
3-point
detection?
exchange.
Oh,
Sexy
the
Fat,
nice
Juke and
burst.
driving. Burst Strike down low ground, but Draken, he's chasing. Does have another Shackles in a second, but it's a little bit too late as it turns out.
Good fight all around. 3 kills, especially that Broodmother. Like I said, she's allowed to die maybe twice. That's her first one.
Yep.
The next one's going to be pretty much the last one she's going to be allowed to get away with and still be a scary, viable hero.
Radiant's top
And they
tower
held
is
that
under
mid tower.
attack.
Mid tower's only at half HP. So 14 minutes in, Brood's got her defusal, she's got her medallion, she's ready to go, but now she's got to spend a couple minutes building up her spider army, then looking to go again. Arena will be online by that time, and these items are going to start rolling in to clear those spiders and make this game hard.
Oh, pinging out this tower. I mean, this needs to go. I mean, at this point, if you just look at the stats, 0-1 and 2, one Broodmother, 40 minutes in, no tower really taken that she was involved in. Defensive Destruction comes through. Let's say banks some space here, so does the Storm. The Ice Blast comes in, trying to turn it around Emspirit. It's a little bit of trouble, and he does take out Broodmother though. Same story, LSA. Follow-up on Van has. Oh, he's down for the count. 2-for-1 trade, and still can't really get the tower though, can they? I mean, there's no Storm, there's still Tomato with another Shrapnel coming off cooldown. It's a banishment on Cat, so poison stacking up there. Very easy kill indeed. Matthew though might feed himself away. Sexy Fat finds a burst strike just in the
Has fallen.
edge of the range.
On your knees.
A bit
Some
unnecessary,
space for
but still.
Golem, I guess. Like, they get 3 for 2, he gets a top tower.
Yep.
It's something, but they're throwing their Broodmother at this tower. They do end up getting the Ember Spirit, I guess, which is nice as well, but again, that's the second time this Brood's died back-to-back. 0-2 and 3 now. Has to go a BKB at 15 minutes because she's getting CC'd and there's too much magic damage. The threat is too real at 15 minutes in. This game only gets harder for her at this point.
Plus coming through, Mrs. Ryzen. As he walks a little bit further towards the boundary rune, is still gonna get this kill.
Because the neutral creep!
Oh, what? What? What?
Trick creep got him!
The hill troll berserker clicked him to death, or what? What happened there?
Yeah, basically.
None to burn.
Holy shit!
The sandstorm procced some damage, aggroed the camp, and the neutral creep just walked up.
God.
That is some kind of luck, man.
This is where you know that Gaben has forsaken you. USG Sports.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What kind of
Alright,
items do we
moving
got
on.
roll? Now, gonna be a maelstrom very soon on the sniper,
Radiant's
as well
bottom
as
tower
well, it's
is
a bit
under
further
attack.
away for the Ember Spirit, but another.
Dire's top tower
It's
is
been,
under
at
attack.
least he's been
gold.
dying a couple of times in these last couple of engagements. So.
Yeah,
Radiant structures
Got that going
are
for them.
fortified. Radiant's middle
they're still
tower
holding on
is
to their
under
top
attack.
tower, I guess, for SG. Cannot get this mid like.
Boy striking back, followed by LSA, Ellen Titan's dead. Very, very quickly here, but the Spider Army kept in the back. They got some roots on Lena in the shrapnel, in that ultimate. Back in the one then to get the last hit. So again, this tower, not much alive still. If
They
this
know how
tower goes
important this
down,
tower is.
yeah, if it goes down, that just opens up the map for Analog to just go, like take over the side jungle or the actual jungle with a bunch of webs and just.
Well, it's not even just
actually
the
dangerous.
jungle. That's the anti-Roche measure, right? You take
That's
that
right,
mid tower. This Broodmother has Diffusal. She's got Medallion. She's ready to take Roche, but she can't because right now there are 2 spots on the map that Ego Boys can TP into the second they suspect that Roche is happening, and they have ward coverage over it because they know the Broodmother wants to go into the pit. So until you take this tower,
Radiant
Brood
are
cannot safely
scanning.
Roche. So they have to stall. And they have to wait. They have to wait for items. They have to wait for the BKB. But by doing that, they're buying time for Sniper to get his Maelstrom, which he now has, and for Ember to get his Maelstrom, which he's going to have soon. Call it
Have
a
another
BKB
kill on
coming.
Matthew here on the follow burst strike. That should secure it. There we go.
Okay, good pick. Can he take this bottom tower? Threaten it?
There's no creeps for a while, and Ben has hanging around with the blink dagger. Bit dangerous. There's
Radiant's
some
middle
more
tower
rotations
is under
coming into
attack.
that general area. But trying again in mid. I mean, surely at some point this tower's gonna go down, right?
I mean, it'll go down eventually, but every time you hold and you stall it out for a few minutes, it's worth it. Even if they get it eventually. 18 minutes in and Brood has not taken mid tower. Who cares you're committing 5 heroes? You've got a Sniper high ground and an Ember Spirit high ground.
Radiant's
Yeah,
middle tower
of
has
course you
fallen.
defend that.
Skeletons did it in the end. Just a few too many of them.
Delicious.
Radiant's almost done on Wraith King. He's got the relic. He's gonna have the recipe soon.
Lena slowed down, trying to TP out, stop chains. Ah, there's
Oh.
the destruction. So. Nice kill. An extra for Draken, so he should also have his Maelstrom sooner rather than later.
But 300 gold off for him. Sniper's got his. Roche is kind of an option at this point for Analog, but there's still that vision on the pit, keeping an eye out in case of pest. Like the second you see webs there,
Yeah.
you know, and you have very good Roche scouting potential between the Elder Titan, the Shadow Demon, and the Sniper and the Ember. Actually, everybody except Mars pretty much is very good against scouting the pit. So it's difficult to sneak something like that.
Yeah. To know that the boys. Oh,
Ooh,
he
almost
tried.
went for
He
catch.
tried. Yeah. He should pick up some dust or something like that. Okay, so SG not really getting as much out of the Broodmother as they would want. At least not just yet. Analog has a bit of an army going. Again, still just mostly hitting creeps. 206 last hits on this hero, and I mean, he doesn't have any free units to farm on the other side, right? Not really. Disruption stacked up with Spear, not ideal now. Throw down, Airlock, trying to go in. Epicenter burst strike goes up onto the other Titan, but they've got the free kill. Onto Cat, who does buy back. As the ultimate is throwing out in this general area. The arena keeps them all in place. Draken is there with a follow-up. Nice little stun goes in. They try and dodge the Ice Blast. Unable to do some penthouse. Meanwhile, on the other side, disruptions, everything being thrown out. But Sniper is still alive. He's still able to cast a few spells. Back and forth. Another jump forward. Actually gets a Sanking. Sanking a little bit earlier, but most importantly,
He got the
this
Wraith
Wraith
King.
King a second time. The hell?
Oh.
Back and able to finish him off after that setup from the ultimate.
And they-
Cat dies back on top. He's trying to secure bounties. You can get one?
No, I don't think he did. No, he got one.
You got one?
I think he got the dire side one, and then went for the radiant one and died for it. Oh boy, BKB on Brood is now going to be the thing that lets them fight. I don't know, man. It feels like they
keep
kind of
saying
missed
that,
their
you know?
timing already. I'm trying. I'm trying to believe so hard. Like I don't want this to just feel like a cheese pick that didn't work out for SG, but that's kind of what it's turned into at this point. They don't have any threat on the map.
With a Brood mod, it can only go one of two ways, right? Either it's a cheese pick that works, or it's a cheese pick that doesn't work. I mean, it sounds stupid, but
It's true.
it's,
it's
yeah, it is true. In these kind of games, they look a certain way, and I don't know. This looks like what you were talking about. Looks like a cheese pick that doesn't really work out.
Yeah, it's not like you can be like, it's not like some other Brood weather game, pick it and you go, oh, okay, like, we didn't win with the cheese. Like, sometimes with Huskar, you pick it and you don't win with the early, like, 20-minute timing,
Yeah.
but you scale into the late game, you get your nice talents, and all of a sudden you're still this super big threat. You're going up in Sniper high ground. Like, it is
Dire's
so
top
hard
tower is
to
under attack.
go against Sniper high ground with an
Dire's
Ember Spirit and an
structures
Elder
are
Titan
fortified.
backing it up as a Brood Mother.
I mean, she's depending on the kind of talents that you go for, you can still be a bit of a right clicker because of that ultimate. Satiable Hunger is actually pretty damn good. You get next level, you get 140 bonus damage, 140% lifesteal. Level 25, of course, make that 200. But the later the game goes, the more ability to kite these kind of things around. It's gonna be on the other side. For now, though, Shadow Demon down from counter. Sex Fat look for more. Matimano with his own BKB. He's just gonna TP on out of there. The chain slowing down Lena.
Okay, that's not bad. You get the 10-second BKB out of the Sniper and a defensive play. That's not the worst. You move into the pit now, right? That's... It still feels so risky though. There's an Elder Titan, man. How do you take a Roche fight against Elder Titan and Sniper?
And Mars. Mars can just drop in the arena and they can't even run away from the Elder Titan.
Yeah.
If they wanted to, even if they see the storm coming or anything. Well, so for now they're just trying to control up this area of the map.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
How's
pressure
Ember
this
doing?
tower, but not back doors.
Ember's 500 gold away from his BKB. Should let him be
Radiant
very
are
free in these
scanning.
fights as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This Spirit to try and scout out. He's having a sexy pat.
And we already talked about how SG, they don't have instant catch for this Ember, right? There's no Shaman, there's no Lion. It's Burrow Strike.
Yeah.
And after Burrow Strike, if you don't perfectly chain stun, he's going to get away.
Yeah. Well, you're trying to do that. Just waiting for him to come back. There's always going to be a sniper that's plinking away. At least that's a general plan. He's gonna have the Mjolnir in about 1,000 gold.
Oh, is he just getting the Mjolnir next? I like
it.
I like that. That's a solid decision.
Butterfly queued up afterwards, so yeah, he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Gonna hit hard, it's gonna hit fast, and from a massive distance. The game goes
Broodmother
on.
is going for an Ags next, so we will see a ridiculous amount of webs out on the field. I've been told
Radiant's bottom tower
that
is under
this
attack.
is a very good Ags, so we'll have to see. Maybe that'll be the ticket
Yeah.
back into this game, just the unlimited mobility across the map. You cover the whole thing in webs.
You have 20 webs, right? Something
Yeah.
silly. That's quite a lot. compared to the 8 that you normally have. The Stomp does connect on Sand King. Slowly bringing in more people, but this is the entire SG lineup in the general area, so they feel comfortable. They have the Burst Strike, they have to follow up onto Mars. It's a bit of a zoning Earth Splitter, but it didn't really work out. Mars is dead already. The chains over on Lena, just a bit of extra damage will secure that particular kill. Golem with his first life. And the Broodmother backing up. Looks like he's going to have to use that life. Should have even able to finish off, but now Tomato has popped his own BKB analog quite far forward. Trying to burn away some of that mana from Dragon. He can't actually rend it away or anything right now, so follow-up stun. That's going to be that MSP.
Okay. That's a good fight. You pick up the Mars first before he gets the BKB. You end up finding the Ember on the backside too. You get a double kill on your Brood. You're going to be able to turn this into a tower push. This is the momentum that SG needs. They're still not out of this game just yet. The problem is that Sniper lived, and pushing high ground is just as difficult as ever.
That Ice Blast hit, maybe Sexy Pad actually goes in there with the Epicenter. That would have been quite significant. As it stands, can't really entertain any high ground dreams just yet.
They can look to split the map up now. That's the angle I think they're going for. Broodmother's going for the Ags. Sand King now has bots. So right now it looks like what SG are trying to do is force the saving defensive options away from the cores, right? Force the cores to split up. Shadow Demon can only be in one space. And the Stomp is pretty easy to just see coming and BKB for.
Yeah.
So if you could force the team to split up and not have that saving option, maybe you can jump people and force a bad engagement on the side of Eagle Boys.
Try and take medicine to their own hands, perhaps, though. I guess they were thinking that SG were going for Roche, but still a little bit too scared about that. So this Spark Rotation will not find that. Let's also, let's remember that that last fight was possible because we were able to burst on Banhats before he got anything going. If it turns the other way around, if Banhats actually gets the full combo off, maybe these fights start to look different again. This is what Eagle Boys are kind of banking on. Trying to maintain this area, establishing a lot of vision now around every side of the Roche pit.
Do you have the Ags now completed on the Broodmother, so running at 606 movement speed and 18 web charges available.
Look at the Elder Titan now. 88 plus 366.
Oh my lord.
348 bonus damage, 40% bonus move speed. He got a on top of the spiderness. Can't quite maintain that, unfortunately, but hey. One of these things that you gotta be very careful about.
Unbelievable we're seeing! What just happened?
Everlasting Sleight of Fist. By the time it's over, you can have another one almost, right? Is that how it works?
I actually don't know if it puts it on cooldown when you return or when you cast it. I'll have to pay attention to that in these fights, because it would be funny if you could just cast another Sleight of Fist by the time he comes back to the first.
The other one's smoked up. Sexfat again leading the charge, and this time they'll run into something here. Do they find banners? Though they don't. He can find a good angle perhaps on the back lines. This is pinned to the tree on Cat, and also finds Golem in the middle of that. Same as Lena. Self-deals with that. Mural Analog in front though.
God.
Straight on top of Tomato. Double kill for her. Looking for the next one. Goodbye. Elder Titan and Shadow Demon, both of them respawn, buying back. They get the courier randomly that was parked on the high ground. Another buyback from Tomato as well. Golem still on his first life, so he will come back on the rest of the team. Has fallen, the support staff is down. No more BKBs for the Spider means that Broodmother is completely out of there. Instead, perhaps getting a bit of damage done in the bottom lane.
3 buybacks though, that was
Very
huge.
costly for sure, and
Especially because one of those is Tomato.
we're going for Roche. Analog's down bottom.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, take Roche. I'll take your base. Go for it.
You have to respond to this. Mars is there.
Oh,
Into the tree, off to a good start, getting rid of the army. Analog has to leave.
But Mars backed off. They don't have the... Yeah, the Ice Blast is coming in! Ooh.
Leaving just in time. Roshan, Candle, Tomato. Why do they want to let this go? He's still in the inside. There's no Golem for 40 seconds, but there's a few other heroes to make things a bit awkward. Analog with another BKB charge at the ready. They were trying to heal up.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Never refuse gold given.
Push stopped for the time being.
The second Benjaz isn't there, he has to be the one to respond because he's the only one tanky enough to deal with Broodmother, but he's also the only one that can really tank Roche. So the second Benjaz isn't there, that Roche attempt is basically done. Analog playing this very, very well.
Sneaking in to finish it off though. It doesn't look
Oh,
like
can they
SG
get
know
this in time?
about this. Ages. Still gonna be in hands of Tomato, so he does have a second life. Without the buyback.
If they can kill the rest of Ego Boys, again, remember, there was 3 buybacks in that. It wasn't just Tomato. Matthew also bought back, and Raisin also bought back. Raisin, whichever one it is. So if you just separate him from everybody else, you can focus down Tomato. He has a Mask of Madness and a Mjolnir. That's pretty much all his damage. Broodmother chunked him down in that last fight. It was like 4 hits.
As I said, cannot underestimate the right-click potential of that hero, especially with the kind of item build that you go for. Medallion with a Pullets Desolator. Effective against BKB, but still, okay, that's trying to turn us around here. Pinning up all the Sanking with the defensive disruption with Sniper. Right-clicking away, the Ice Blast does connect, and Golem still on the other side with his own second life, forcing out that BKB. Tomato gonna finish it off. Matthews super low, but Analog looking in, stomped up.
Oh no,
And
the
rooted
chains.
up actually, trying to turn us around. The Station Hunger is not going to help him because it's not available. Analog, a little bit too deep without the cover of that BKB. They get the chains and the extra kill over on Cat. 2-for-2 trade this time as they also lose both their supports. That support in the core for 2 supports. Probably happy with that. It's not a little bit too deep.
Great BKB usage by the Sniper as well. He was able to hold on to it for that whole fight until the Wraith King finally got on top of him. As soon as the Hellfire Blast was in the air, he popped the BKB, was able to live, disengage, great movements, and does somebody have a 4-staff, or was that just great positioning? Okay, he's just great positioning from him. He was kiting back, attack moving perfectly to get away from that.
Oh man. This is some Dota, Forge. You gonna see it?
This is some Dota 2, man.
It's a video game made by the Valve Corporation, small indie company based in Bellevue, Seattle.
Based on the popular game League of Legends,
Yes.
produced by Riot. All right, chat's gonna flame the shit out of me for that in about 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
All right, so Ego looking in a pretty good spot. There's a Desolator as well on Jackin, so the physical damage from the Sniper is going to get amped up ridiculously. Butterfly on the way for our little dwarf man.
First strike, somewhat dodged by Draken, now Sexpad in a bit of trouble. Say the least, so that's gonna be you initiated down for the count. You can't take this fight anymore. But, well, Eagle Boys certainly want to. That's ultimate dodge, but now BKB's galore. Mars still gonna die, but they got stun off on the Sniper. Fall up there from Golem, and that's the Aegis. And with this BKB going in, so far so good. Ice Blast is coming through, but now no more BKBs except
Oh,
one
he
from
still
the
had
Sniper.
it.
He still has to run away, but the damage is real. From Mars, from Ember, triple kill as Tomato snacks the last. It's 4 men down. I think that's another one from Ancient Apparition. Popsicle has been melted. Golem trying to TP out, but the assassination cancels that. A full 5-man wipe for Eagle Boys.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Damn.
I thought he'd
SG.
used his BKB in the first life. I think
Has fallen.
SG thought he did as well, because second he rezzed and he popped that, it's like when you turn the lights on it.
Yeah.
Cockroaches scatter. It's just like, oh, get out,
Whoops.
run away.
I think they were a little bit slow to retreat after they already lost the Sand King, because without that burst strike constantly, without the epicenter and stuff like that, even just the pipe, everything that he has to offer is so crucial for SG's team fight. But we're too late to respond. The moment Sand King goes down, Eagle Boys immediately looking for the next pickoff, forcing them to take this fight in the first place.
Yeah, and part of that too is the fact that Mars has the levels that he does. He's level 23, so he's got that extra second of stun, which made all the difference. Pre-level 20, that probably isn't a kill, but now,
Another one.
I don't care.
Sand King away. Yes. Get rid of that. Tomato very far forward here though. I'm not sure about this one. Maybe he's baiting something in. Maybe it's just overextending. Either way, there's a Laguna Blade. The Ice Blast bouncing through. A couple of stuns back and forth. Pops to BKB. Just continues to right click.
Oh my lord.
That's W and pinned towards the freaking racks that they left standing. Sanking dead again.
Aims to see.
Soul Catcher's a dumb ability. I'm just gonna say it. Did you see how much damage he took from Soul Catcher?
Yes, I did indeed.
Dire's
Doesn't
top
actually
tower
register
is
even
under
for
attack.
the sanking.
Radiant are
For the
scanning.
Shadow Demon. That's kind of
Yeah.
sad.
Couple of peeps after that from the sniper after a Soul Catcher, and that man is dead. Hey, that was just silly.
Against Wraith King, it's like what? Over 1,000 damage, probably? 1,000 health points that I'm missing?
Something crazy. He's got a blade mail now on on Wraith King, maybe hoping that he can force the sniper to blow himself up, but if that doesn't work, I mean, this is looking real bad for SG. You are 36 minutes into the game. You're still technically leading in net worth, but you're down a lane of barracks with a Broodmother. That is not the position you ever want to be. You want this game to be done. You want to be going home by now.
One of these games where I don't think that unless Ego Boys make a grave error in positioning, I don't think they're going to
Dire's
die.
middle
I
tower
don't think
is
they're going
under
to lose.
attack.
I've seen it a couple times going both ways. I mean, the one fight that SG was dominating in was the fight where it took away Mars. But if Benhaz is alive, he can create chaos. And he can just dish out a lot of damage too.
Yeah, Wraith King
And,
Wraith King and Broodmother end up spending so much of their BKB just walking away from the Mars ulti.
Yep.
That from there, the sniper just runs away from them, and you have Ember creating chaos as well. The Earth Stomp coming in from the Elder Titan.
Oh. Slowing down just a little bit, Ego Boys just covering the bases, getting shrines. Thinking about the next Roshan, might respawn in a minute.
Yeah, the problem is, yeah, the game's slowing down, but there's one team that
Radiant's top tower is
slow
under
down of
attack.
pace favors, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not the team with the Broodmother and the Wraith King.
I guess it isn't.
But at the same time, how do they take a fight?
This is-
Yep, that's kind of where I'm at.
I mean, if you don't know,
Benjaz-
then there's no way I can have an answer for you there either.
Benjaz just insta-clears all of the spiders, any of the skellies.
Yeah. Normal Zeus strat, but really matter if they insta-dodge everything.
Oh, did you see all the stuff that spirit just ran through? Oh, I've got my mouse clicked on Matthew. Let's see.
Ooh, do, 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 ding.
Bang you. 400 damage.
430. Only 28% movement speed though. Didn't hit too many heroes, I guess.
Dire's current
Oh,
has been killed.
Ryzen. Free kill? Question mark. How to go for the self-destruction and has in the river of
BKB
death.
down.
You'll
Take
stop.
fight.
LSA. Ice Blast coming through. Follow Burst Strike whenever it's ready. 4-staff trying to use defensively here. Still doesn't get the BKB off. Another Yules that don't have the damage, that don't have the way. Burst him down.
BKB down on Brood. Take the fight. I mean, Ego Boy has all the space they want. Go for it. Roche is up. Take the Roche. He can't stop you.
Dire's
One of the
top
guys in
shrine
chat says
is
that
under
you'll be
attack.
arrested by Gaben for your joke earlier, I think.
Oh.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Man, has it been 5 minutes since I said that joke?
Dire's
That feels
top
forever ago.
shrine
Yeah.
has fallen.
Okay, level 25 Brood. You'll have the insatiable hunger damage, so that's something to work with. Anything else big coming? BKB on Lena?
Shot on Sniper.
Oh man, come on. I'm trying so hard here to find all the positives I can for SG, and every time I do, you just click on one hero and you tell me that
Click
Mars
on
is
any
building
hero.
bags.
Boss is building Ags. Other Titan has 500 damage for no reason. Let's go for Vlad's actually. Always nice.
Has a flats, doesn't he?
Has he? Does he?
Oh no, he
Good
just
play.
needs that morbid.
I'll take your tribute.
Okay.
Dire are scanning.
I mean,
Wraith King's gonna have his free stun on res. Ah,
yay.
something. It's something.
I don't know, man. It still needs, what, 900 help, experience points? 700?
Yeah, he'll get that soon. He'll get that before the next fight. Unless they realize that Roche is getting done, in which case they will not get it done soon.
Big boy is back up. About this, and thinking about going in. They have a bit of vision on the other side, but right now they have no idea where SG is holed up, so they're still a little bit respectful of this big AoE team fight that they have got going for them. Sex fed up top though could also be a target for them to reduce himself.
Slows down to a crawl as both teams want the Roche, but neither one feels safe trying to take it. On one side, you've got an AA chucking ice blasts in. On the other, everything. Just all the things. Sniper's
spiders.
card, by the way.
Yeah. One-shotting each of these small spidery things. Now just... Oh, 0.3 seconds, so 3 attacks per second.
He got rid of the Massive Madness, though, so he doesn't actually have any lifesteal now.
The Vlads is online, so as long as all Titans next to him, but now Stan Golem with his BKB trying to finish up Ryzen. Still does the defensive disruption for himself if he needs to. For now, it's a 4-star from Matthew. Aggressive disruption here, so you get some extra radiance for yourself. Sexy finishes the job, but now he's Sniper. He's just sitting there. Complete sweet depths, this Tomato. And it's just going to click away from range. Goodbye, Golem. That was a second life. Not really lasting for too long. Handlock does find him. Hurricane Pack, though, he just falls apart. Sexy Fed with a burst strike. A little bit late. They just need vision. They're going to have it. Buyback from Broodmother. Also going to lose Sand King, who also has a buyback available. But what did they really get from that fight? Shadow Demon? Whatever.
Radiant structures are fortified.
The Sniper's just so
Oh no.
hitting so damn hard. Like, the Broodmother just evaporated.
Yeah. Super fast. Roshan.
Oh no, the Roche.
Thing. Broodmother speeding in, but
It's too late.
really
Sniper's got
get
it.
away with that, yeah.
I don't know, man. I think that might be game. Like, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to think of everything I can, but I really just think this is game for SG. They don't have enough to deal with the Sniper. Like, the only way they deal with the Sniper is if everybody on Eagle Boys puts down their keyboard twice. 30 seconds. That's
Pretty
the only way to
much.
do it.
Might take more than 30 seconds. Maybe they'll also have to disable auto attack.
Yeah, like, I don't actually even... I'm not 100% sure that in a 1v5 scenario, Tomato wouldn't still win. Like, I'm not 100% sure that that's a false statement. He hits so damn hard, so damn fast, and there's no armor on any of these heroes. Wraith King is working with, what, 23? Broodmother has 26 armor? Ancient Apparition is 8, for God's sakes. Like, nobody has... The tankiest hero on the team is Sand King, and we still see how quickly the Sniper just peeps him down.
Dire's top
They're gonna have an
tower has
even
fallen.
harder time running at him because he just has the Eye of Skadi now. BKB in the backpack. 10... No, I think it's a bug, right? It's not 10 seconds. It's silly.
Yeah, it's a
It
bug.
shows it like that because Dota 2 is a very bug-free game.
It's a great game.
Can't really expect a small indie company like Valve.
Okay, the wraparound coming in.
Maybe a Blink Stun, and got him right on top of the Sniper, so this could actually turn into something with the defensive
the
structure a little bit late, but still got the damage. One more click will get the Aegis. Alright, step 1 is done. Golem still holding on to his BKB. The arena catches a few. Now, where Sniper is just running away, up on the high ground, Thunder click away at the unlock, but stunned up without the BKB. He doesn't actually have the ability to live, so he
doesn't
goes
have
down. The
buyback.
rest of his team falling apart as well. Barbecues on Emma, but Sniper does not have it. He committed for the Skadi. He thought he was fine. Are they throwing this Forge? 2 minutes for SG?
SG
What can they
coming
do
back
with that?
into this game. The Blink Dagger on the Broodmother actually enabling her to get on top of the Sniper, and they were so huge.
Money to burn.
They're just running down lanes now. There's a creep wave in mid.
They have Ember to kind of try and get rid of these creep waves, but I think they might also have to buy back on Mars. So that's a insta goodbye for the skeletons and the
recognizes that that sniper had a Scotty and therefore doesn't have buyback. This is a huge window. They have to try. They have to try. They're like, okay, at best they're gonna force the buyback. But there's no buyback to force. This is so huge.
Radiant's middle tower.
There's one on
is
Mars.
falling.
There's a Stomp though. That's a good ultimate. Dragon goes in. Analog gets a BKB off. Golem is still with his first life. There's time to click away on these Drags. SG, somehow, they find a way back in, but Ben has finished off the first life, and that's a lot of damage towards the Broodmother. Goodbye, Analog, and that's a dieback too, if I'm not mistaken. 120 seconds on the sideline, so... You boys, it's not just a sniper. Everyone else has a bit of damage to offer as well.
It looked so good. I believed.
I was with you for a moment there, but then look at this. These damage numbers. 3.3k for the Ember, 2.6k for Mars. Between the Desolator and the Arena combo.
Oh, Wraith King's in?
He is a bit dangerous there. It was
18 seconds left on Sniper. What are they doing?
There.
Like, Sniper's up soon.
I feel like this is the only chance. Gotta be super freaking careful. Looks like he's just gonna fall.
Does he have buyback? Okay, Maha's buyback. This is the sacrifice play right here. 90 seconds, or 60 seconds, sorry, with no Broodmother. I don't think that's actually enough time for Ego to push down the other way. Maybe it is. I mean, Benjaz clears creep waves in a heartbeat, so maybe I'm wrong.
Gonna be 20 seconds. Actually, no, there's a single range creep. Disable backdoor
I'm
for.
not resting till there's nothing left to burn.
Buyback on Lina. Sniper still doesn't have buyback. 1,500 gold needed.
To get a few kills, so he can't be in the front. But he can't be wrapped around on. Not without the defensive destruction being a little bit quicker. Well, that's just aggressively used. You'd have a few sniper illusions to work with. Has an illusion rune pick up? Either way. This looks very silly, actually. 4 illusions, just the sound effects. Pew, 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 pew.
It's pretty ridiculous, actually.
You're doing a decent amount of damage to this tower as well.
DD on Mars. He's got the 80% rebuke talent. Do it. Do it. Take it. Don't leave it for Sniper. Leave it. Just take it. Tomato's coming to get it.
Well,
So there is an AC now and an Ags on the Wraith King. So he doesn't have buyback, but he is a fair bit tankier now. The AC is going to help a little bit with their armor problems, help them stay alive. Not against the DD Sniper, though.
gotta watch out for the Blade Mail on the second life, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna pop it now. That's about it. That's the first life. Epicenter goes in. They're turning this around. If they can get Mars, this would be big, but it has to BKB, gets Arena out. But he is down for the count. Lina able to burst him down. That's a dieback. And unlock, though. What the hell? Try to man fight? That's not gonna happen. Not by yourself. Both sides missing one hero.
Ego's just going to back up. They don't want to risk it. No sniper buyback means that they're perfectly content playing a bit more scared.
Oh god. 50 minutes in
Next
almost
Roche.
this game. Fighting status is precarious. Best.
Next Roche in just over a minute, or I guess may respawn in just over a minute. We'll have to see what kind of respawn timer we're looking at. And then whether it's going to be the Ags or the Refresher, because we already see some of the Ags out on the field.
Wraith King also uses buyback to get his own Aghanim Scepter, so that is something. They also get a gem. say no to that. They're looking for more kills. Just an Elder Titan. Also gonna look for Ryzen. Typing is used actually. Seiko's in. Oh, Tomato. Off to the side. They got the burst strike over on him. He needs some serious help, and I guess never mind. I was ready to hype up, but they're not actually blinking after him.
That's fine. They forced the BKB. Roche spawn. Roche could spawn in the next 30 seconds, and that is a timing window with no BKB and no Mars. If they get lucky, the one thing that will suck is if it is an Ags Roche, there's some wasted gold on the side of SG because every single one of them has their Ags pre-purchased already.
Yeah.
So I kind of want Eagle Boys to get it because I want to see some cool Ags that people didn't buy.
Medium respawn, 1 minute 30 seconds on the clock.
Okay. It's good for SG or good for Eagle Boys, not super great for SG.
I guess you can sell your eggs, right? And then can you have the axe consumed and then still hold on to the axe for the stats?
I don't know.
That, right?
Legitimately have no idea. Also, what is going on with these cards?
What? Chasing illusions? Oh wait,
They're just
illusions. Chasing the spiders.
They're just like hitting the spider. But like, that was just such a weird thing for them to aggro and like stick onto. Like,
really mad catapults.
That's
Alright, Bybig situation. Timato's got his back. At the same time, if you look towards the dire side, there's a big yes on a lot of these heroes. Ma doesn't have it. That's about it. Everyone else has available, so they have 2 lives to work with. Ahead of this Roche fight,
has
which
3.
could be decisive.
3.5 if you count his eggs. 7 seconds bull.
That's pretty good.
Lina has her spell amp talent and her eggs, so that's pretty good.
Stat, 1,050 damage.
Yeah. Pure damage that goes through BKB. Very important against this sniper.
Especially if this is a refresher shot, Roshan.
Because then
if
you
they get
double
that,
hit.
and then you double hit, and then you have
Radiant's
2k pure
bottom
damage.
Ice blast on top.
Easy. It is a refresher shot as well, and I think the Ice Blast just walked the top across of it, so they know that it's up right now. Go boys, they're a bit spread out.
It's a question of whether or not they can take it, though. Either team, realistically, like both teams are very difficult for them to take it. There are 3 heroes left in the game, by the way, that don't have their 25 talent. It's Elder Titan, Shadow Demon, and Lina. Oh, actually, sorry, I lied. 4. All the supports don't have it. Lina's just very close, so I counted her in my head. AA is pretty far, though.
It's no big surprise, right? Rebuke crits, Wayfire Blasts, Life Steal,
Remnant Charge.
Stuff, Remnant Charges. Yeah, he also had... I don't think we've talked about the Animal Spirit Axe yet. He said that for a little while. And that Axe is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, they kind of nerfed it a little bit with the activation cost. But that's mostly just when there's some sort of mana burn on the other side, which there is on the Brood Mother, but it's not really super fast.
Of all of the Ags that got added in 7.2.2, it is my favorite. I'm not necessarily saying it's the best, but it's my favorite.
Yeah. It is very powerful though. I mean, you've got 5 charges with a recharge time, or restore remnant charge restore time.
Yeah, 1,500 damage.
Well,
You can just pop out like that.
That are just super mobile across the map.
Yeah. This is going to be the game for the next little while. And for those of you tuning in, it's going to look like 2 teams huddled around Roche, waiting for the other one to go in, and then jumping on whoever makes that first mistake.
Yep.
You're gonna leave spiders in the pit. You're gonna leave shrapnel in the pit, and whoever jumps into the pit first is gonna do okay. SG is gonna do their best to force people back across the map and try and respond, and Eagle Boys is gonna let Ember do basically the same thing. So SG has a little bit more mobility across the map because they have more heroes that can do it.
Oh.
But
Getting close to each other here, and Golem stun up Mars. He should still be able to get BKB off indeed, and Ma Only one caught inside that arena. Analog, though, has to walk away from the sniper. Or does he? Look at this. Burst strike coming in, but BKBs protect the real heroes. Tomatos also try and TP out. BKB not gonna last long enough, but the Lincoln Sphere still protects him from the stun. Same can't be set, though. For the Ember Spirit, he does have the Remnant's Mars. At the same time, left to his own devices. He's down for the count. Cat gonna be run down by Matthew, perhaps, but he's all alone, and SG is gonna get some reinforcements in. Let's chase him off, too. Could have been much, much worse for Eagle Boys, but as it stands, SG is still the decisive victory in that engagement.
They can look to push into that Roche as well.
It's a regen rune for one of these heroes. Gonna just take that up. Gonna try. Gonna make this play. Don't have minus armor, but they have a lot of rectic damage. That's a mass buyback. Same for the Lina.
There's no
Eagle Boys are gonna
burst
force this
splitter
fight.
for 45 seconds. That's the big AoE fight around the pit ability. They can stall things out with the stomp, but the splitter is the big one.
Also for an arena, but also for burst strike. Go on the Ember Spirit. No real follow-up here. Sexvat maybe a little bit too deep. Has his own BKB sitting inside the stance. So far, so good. Stomp goes through. Golem with a stun over on the Elder Tides. Trying to take him out. It gets the 4 stuff away. Gonna let him go. And at the same time, because they try to help out the Brute Mother, still can't leave that arena. Even in spirit form. Lina, stomp on her as well as the Ancient Apparition. And Lina did buy back, but the spear chooses the Ancient Apparition, gets another open out.
Gem on the ground. Matthew will have double gems. Still nobody able to take this Aegis. Buyback on Tomato though as well. It wasn't just analog.
Yeah, alright. Did I not dying? I didn't even pay attention to what he died to. I guess Analog diving in.
Yeah, Analog just BKB ran directly at him, is able to take this sniper out on the back lines, forced the buyback, then got caught in the arena, fortunately bursted down, forced to use her own buyback. Now we return to the stalemate position. However, you will notice that the amount of buybacks available have been drastically reduced.
Good way to put it. Still 2 available on the side of SG. So, next fan? Spend some money or what's happening?
Yeah, he probably bought for something. Scythe, it looks like.
He's not missing too much. A little bit of money.
Yeah, he'll push out this bottom wave and he'll have it. He's not too bad. But Ember and Wraith King, respectively, the only 2 real heroes. 2 big cores left to hold that.
Kraken's very important. A decent amount of damage himself at this point. Elder Titan's gonna have it back. Same as Ryzen, so it's gonna shift slightly in favor of Eagle Boys, but as I said, those are just supports. Tomato's the big one that's not gonna be available for a long time, same as Ben has. So getting into a territory where these heroes having a hard time scaling. I mean, Sniper, look at his item looks. Actually went for the Shadow Blade into the Silver Edge. Rid of, I guess, Wraith King passive. Does it work?
I mean, it's just you want the Shadow Blade so that the Brood doesn't just run at you.
Yes. All right, trigger that.
It's pretty low cost for Draken to do that. They're pinging the pit too. They want to. They're saying like that's 30 seconds where there's no Wraith King ult.
It's not a long time, especially with the axe, because it continues to cool down and then you respawn after the ghost form, right?
Yeah.
I think that's how it works. So it's basically, how long is that? 7 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 seconds. So technically it's a 33-second downtime or timing window where you have to kill him off again. Quick pause, we get a bit of a breather here.
Well, you get a bit of a breather at least.
Try to include you in it, but yeah, it's. I'll leave you the floor.
Yeah, I mean, this is the stage of the game where BKBs are low. Like nobody has more than a 5-second BKB. Rapiers are about to come out. I'm saying it now. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to start seeing rapiers on somebody.
All right.
I don't know who it's going to be, if it's going to be the Brood, if it's going to be the Sniper. Somebody, like, it feels like there's just not enough of something. And maybe I'm saying this because I'm biased and I would love to see a Rapier Gaming. It's 60 minutes into the game and it's the last game of our TI closed qualifiers South American run. But at a certain point, this stalemate has to end. There's one barracks down, 2 tier 3s down as well. Three tier 3s if you count the one that barracks was down for. So rapiers are going to start coming out soon.
Yeah.
And realistically, I put it on the Ember Spirit. I think Ember is the hero that's going to end up dying the least. Sniper is getting run at this point. He's just getting mown down. So
Can't believe what we're seeing.
Need a little bit of extra time inside of SG.
Delicious.
They're just taking advantage of this quick pause.
they did lose the gem on the side of SG. That's the big thing. So this Shadow Blade on Sniper is actually pretty well uncontested. There's no dust available for anybody. This is a free Shadow Blade right now.
They have Ancient Apparition who has the slots for it, but
Well, he just lost his gem. That's why he has the slots for it.
yeah.
I don't know if they've
The
scouted
magic
this
one and
either.
whatnot. Ah, something. Are there any just Radiant sentries and stuff around here? Around the pit? Yeah, this Shadow Blade could actually make the difference.
Because he bought back and he didn't have it before he bought back. Because otherwise he would have just popped it when the Brood went on him. So I don't actually think they've scouted this yet on SG. Which is why they don't have anything prepped for it. So this first fight around the Roche, like, buybacks are starting to come back online at this point, but for the most part, it's all on the side of Eagle Boys.
Let's see what they decide. I mean, they have a few seconds of downtime anyway, because you don't want to go in without the Rift King. As, I mean, both teams said go at that point, right? They still repaused? Hello? I think Cat is having some issues.
Still having some Calais. You know, it's gonna happen.
Getting to a point though where, I mean, 60 minutes in, one thing, like the rules of Dota change, right?
Yeah.
And they are being replaced by new rules. One of them is anything can happen. A single team fight can decide the fate of the game either way, pretty much no matter what happened beforehand. And not necessarily going to come down to the draft, certainly. I feel like in this game it's relatively evenly matched now, with maybe slight advantage still for Eagle Boys on paper. But that just gets offset by a lot of these other factors, like initiation, who gets a jump on who, what is the status of the cooldowns, what is the status of the buybacks, these kind of things. And what is the status of Roshan, so this is why both of these teams are committing a lot of time, and they're being very careful about how they want to take this particular fight.
And one of the other big things, too, that determines late game, at least for the next few minutes until we hit another rule change, is the level advantage, right? Look at the supports on the side of Eagle Boys. Level 25, level 24.
Extender being channeled up to see Matthew. This could be a kill. He doesn't buy back to work with. That's the Laguna Blade. A little bit of extra damage will be done by Sexfed. He buys back immediately.
Gems on the deck, though. Does not grab it on the side of Sexy Fat. They leave it there.
Right after time, but now the chains actually connect him into the spear.
Radiant's bottom shrine.
Buyback available for sinking, so even if he dies, he can come right back. But Golem and Lock kind of sitting in that area. Absolutely fine. Burst strike connects over the sniper. Gets full
Cat's
stuffed
just
out.
barely
No
alive.
follow up. Both teams very timid. Not actually following through on anything. Solve to get back into gear quicker. Gets a single sentry. Probably recovered. Shadow Demon has one. Elder Titan actually holding on to the other, so 2 gem strats.
Well, originally one of them was SG's, but it was lost by Cat at one point. So
Doesn't tell me that.
I mean, they were holding on to it at one point. Cat had a
Oh,
gem
yeah.
at one point.
I guess
So
they
maybe-
recovered it from Eagle Boys and then gave it back at some point.
Maybe.
It looks like both of them belongs to them, unless I don't know.
Radiant are
Okay.
scanning.
Aeon disc queued up on the sniper. This is the real. This is the realness right there. This is where we're at in the game. And I actually think that a nullifier for Broodmother would be very, very good. He's got a Daedalus queued up right now, but a Nullifier, I mean, he doesn't see the Aeon Disc. He won't see it for a while. But even without that, you can't pop your BKB. What are you going to do?
Can't pop BKB, you can't pop Silver Edge. Or Hurricane Pike or anything, so... A good point, actually. At this point, with the axe, you just even replace your boots. You need the power
you
trap,
just,
really?
you just eat the axe, I think, at this point, right?
Oh, that too, yeah.
I don't know why he hasn't done it yet. He's got 3 minutes left on his cooldown. It's not like he can't farm the map enough to
Radiant's
do that.
bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, surplus right now, so anyway. You can get the mini crit at least, and the Eaten Axe, and
Radiant's
still
bottom
buyback when
tower
one comes
is
on
under
cooldown.
attack.
He's looking to take the shrine, though. I like this move.
Radiant structures
Denying just
are
oh, they're
fortified.
popping the glyph.
Radiant's top
Oh,
shrine is under
late
attack.
game Dota, I love you so.
It is important, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough. Analog is hitting pretty damn hard, and they don't really want to commit into it. They had a few spiderlings scouting out the
Top
path
shrine
towards it.
has fallen.
Yeah, that shrine was still alive. It was
It's the
actually a
last
big
shrine on the map,
advantage
actually.
for Ego Boys.
That was the
Few
last
hours
shrine on the map.
Yeah.
And back to the stalemate we go. I still don't think they've seen the Silver Edge on Sniper.
Fresh gem on Asian Apparition, by the way.
Okay.
It's gem number 3 of the game, I believe.
It's one of Sexy Fat's as well. Sexy Fat has purchased it.
Helping out. He's also sitting on a lot of money that it doesn't know what to do with. Again, also eating axes maybe.
Yeah.
Something to consider. And then let's see, go for Sanking. They'll just go for. He also went for the health region talent, by the way. I'm not sure what that's about.
Say it's staying alive. The blind is nice, but it's
Oh man.
kind of like he's not staying in Sandstorm, right? It's not something
Yes.
where he's been able to keep them in the Sandstorm for a really long time. It's just kind of I need to stay
Good.
alive as much as
Tower
possible.
is under attack.
It is good, but if you
It is
can't
so good.
keep people in, if you can't keep people in it or stay in it yourself, really that good?
It's also 50% slow, though, so they're gonna have to stay in it, right?
But there's BKBs, and
Only
he
5
can't
seconds.
stay in it. He can't stay in it though.
He has a
He blinks
BKB.
Oh my
It's a
god.
6-second BKB.
I'm not having this argument with
Alright.
you.
What else are we
Scythe
gonna
picked
talk
up on
about though?
Ember.
Like, this is
Scythe picked up on Ember. He's looking to catch the best thing he can.
well, there's still some skeletons randomly aggroing onto Roche. Getting one shot.
You know what I want to see? Alright, here's what I want. I want Sexy Fat to get a Meteor Hammer.
Oh yeah.
Push in this bottom wave, right? Push in the bottom wave and just poke at it with a Meteor Hammer.
Yeah.
Why not?
Vector-based gaming, you know, it's actually important to push out this wave eventually. And Ego Boys will want to respond to that, right? Don't want to lose that
And that's
wave.
when you jump into Roche. Come on, guys.
Double damage.
Benjaz gets a DD. A little spooky. It's not as spooky as the Sniper, but it's spooky.
Pretty spooky
Like right now, he
indeed.
could be doing damage to the tower. Sexy Fat, just get the Meteor Hammer, dude.
Dude. He doesn't want to meme.
I don't even think it's that much of a meme, to be honest. I think it's legit.
Just the name of
He
the
has,
item.
he has 9,000 gold, dude. Like, what else is he buying right now? Like,
Maybe it's-
what do you buy
Yeah.
other than a Meteor Hammer? A Lotus Orb? Maybe? I don't know.
It's a really good.
Aether Lens
Definitely
just for the
definitely
super stupid stun
Oh.
range.
It's just. He already has the sheepstick. Get a Abyssal Blade on top of that. Well done.
Actually,
Refresher.
Refresher
Oh,
was
right.
pretty legit. Refresher's pretty legit. He does have the money for one of those.
Right. Okay, Mas. He does not have buyback for 2 minutes. If I can get them, this could be a really
So
big.
many
Couple
force
4 stars,
stabs.
BKB, linked to everything pop. Maybe it was a bait. Double Soul Catcher, actually. Doing a bit of work here. Golem still with his first life. Happy to tank some of these spells up, especially if it's ultimates. Now, round 2. Hex. The low ground, but they can't chase. Or can they? Roots. Couple shrapnels, but
I'd like to point out that we have stalled out this point long enough that all buybacks are available except for Avenue.
too far away either. 1 minute 30 seconds.
Everyone has a buyback.
I'll take your tribute.
So
Truly sexy fat needs
11,000
to get
gold.
something. Just build a Dagon, you know?
Just get a refresher. At
A
this
refresher.
Point, dude.
Anything.
Like it would actually be. It's 2 BKBs. It's 2 scythes. It's 2 epicenters. You know, like
2 sandstorms, bot champ. Doesn't have the talent though, so it's actually garbage.
oh my god. It's still on his
We have talked to Kips and she has very strong opinions about that.
Okay.
Radiant's
Why,
bottom tower is under attack.
Choose to jump on that particular bandwagon.
Okay. Well, they are slowly but surely chipping away at this bottom tier 3. Sexy Fat's effective split pushing. So it's something at least.
Are we at 10 damage per minute?
Yeah, how many 4 steps do we have in the game? We have 1 on Matthew, 1 on Benjaz, and 1 on Tomato. And that's it. So sweet. Guess that makes sense. Sniper doesn't really care about the 4 staff, and it's pretty hard to kite an Ember, so.
You got sniper though. One way to end the game though, just replace all your items with rapiers. And have the Aghanim Scepter, you know?
You know, if it was anything other than a Blade Mail Wraith King, maybe that's an option. But it is a Blade Mail Wraith King, so I don't think that's something that's gonna happen, as much as it breaks my heart. He does have an eggs queued up though.
Yep.
Drag drop, are we there?
I think we're
Is it
there.
finally happening? Look at what he's got queued up.
Why brought it up? Nobody has queued up.
Ah. Wow, look at me. Catching on real quick. This is why I'm the analyst.
Yeah. Bargain bin in a smart guy store. What you were saying earlier, right?
I'm just excited for this AA level 25. That's the thing I'm keeping my eye on this whole time is 700 AoE cold feet is pretty legit. The Ice Blast kill threshold is nice, but I don't think he's been able to land those consistently enough on the heroes that he needs to make 700 AoE cold feet.
It's
Not
ridiculously
amazing.
good because it's on a 7-second cooldown. It's a spell that forces the enemy to move every 7 seconds. So that's potentially very, very devastating, especially if you combo it up with a stun here or there. Or a bit of extra chaos, or God knows what. There's so many things that can make a huge difference. So many situations.
If AA had a... Oh, he does have a GBM. Let's say if AA had a GBM talent, it'd be a 6 support hero. It's only 90 at 10, so it's nothing crazy.
Still sitting at the bottom of the roof charts. The only one who's even sadder is Ryzen. Look at this poor guy. He doesn't have a GPM talent. Just has the XP gain talent from level 10, which is completely, utterly useless right now.
Yeah, that's one of the things that sucks about XP gain talents, right? You take it and you're like, I'm gonna get to level 25 so late, and then you get to 70 minutes in the game. It's like, I wish this was literally anything else.
Yeah. Well, as you wait, next Dota update, next big major balance update, you'll be able to buy an item that lets you reskill a talent.
Oh my lord, no. No, I swear to god, if that comes out... Dude, rip Zeus, rip Pudge, and by rip, I mean rip my pubs playing against those heroes.
Yeah.
Tusk, oh my god, Tusk. 40% XP gain at 10?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not okay.
Have to be some rebalancing. Just take away the XP gain talents then, at that point. No, I mean, they took away the respawn time talents for good reason.
Yeah, that
That
was...
that was stupid. Like Venomancer, level 25, you get what, minus 60 seconds? You're never down for more than a minute?
Lena too. Yeah, like minus 30 seconds at 15.
Yeah.
Just by Bloodstone and
Yeah,
never
that too,
die.
yeah. God, yeah, Lena, that was ridiculous. Yeah, we killed
Oh,
Lena.
the
Oh,
sniper
wait,
bear.
why's she already there? She's respawning before she dies, almost.
Yeah. The sniper bear too. Lone Druid.
God.
All right, here we
Alright.
go. Is anything exciting going to break out or stalemate? Oh my god, it's a stalemate. Who could have
Wow.
predicted this? Who could have predicted this?
I mean, you've
Alright.
had a lot of time to think about it, so you didn't predict it.
Sanking
then-
has an ag synth.
Wow.
Level
Boots
2
of Travel 2
bots.
still is 5k
And-
surplus on a buyback.
Come on. Come on, dude. Just buy literally. Okay. Oh, there's a Dagon
Dagon
Ember
on the other
Spirit.
side. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. He ate his own eggs to make room for that.
Okay,
E-Blade.
we're gonna have an E-Blade on the Sand King. That's what we're gonna get. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Out of all the options,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Could be very good against, I mean, Ember's Lincolns, but there's a bunch of other things that can proc it. Good against Sniper, just either save one of your teammates or just maybe get it off on the Sniper himself.
Lena has a BKB as well, so a little bit more extra survivability. She's starting to scale up into that core. She actually went for the Dragon Slave cooldown, so the outspam here is kind of insane.
Yeah. Really gonna make use of the attack range as goes out. Get rid of these wards. King. So far so good. Selfie late. Storm still being in place for a little bit longer. Can go back to the BKB. Not even stunned though. Maybe that was a mistake. He's still there. He can turn around for another burst strike. As trying to get the epicenter. Sure, why not get Mars instead? 1-4 on trade. Plus the Golem ultimate. And the team force out buybacks. Oh, maybe they can. Wraith King says she has to turn around. Draken prepares a couple of remnants here. Back and forth. Goes off to the side as Analog was actually threatening Timado. Who's just shadow blading away. Another hex forward on Sanking as he bites back. TV's into the fight. One's kind of starting to get low, and Cat is down for the count. Buyback 2, throw an ultimate from across the map. I think this is where SG says, alright, let's cool it. Let's calm down a little bit. If all the spells hold. Maybe not, maybe I'm just wrong. Buyback from AA and Golem, they're finally making a play in Roach, but there's the Spirit, there's the Stomp. They cannot do this. Surely they cannot do this.
I think they go until Mars buys back. That's their. They're trying to force the Mars buy back.
Maybe get another kill, but he doesn't get the burst strike off with the cheap stick. Banishment. BKB into another burst strike to actually catch Timado. Analog right on top of the defensive chapter from the second charge. Ice Blast still does not actually connect on the sniper because of it, but still has spent some time running. The illusion's actually working away. Bringing another one of those. Draken, super freaking low, but does get the jump out. Another disruption is finally getting rid of Ryzen, who bites back immediately himself.
They are losing base down bottom. They're going to take the creeps. Are going to take that other lane of Rax.
Dude, you need to get out of the ancient apparition.
Hey.
Gonna die second time, so the most consequential hero. It's certainly a hero. Took a while because it's Wraith King.
And they saved buyback on Mars that whole time. That was the key for Ego Boys. They were able to hold on to that buyback, which means that they forced 2 of the 5 potential from SG, held on to theirs. The only one they used was the Shadow Demon, who, I mean, realistically, Ryzen, he's not dying that much anyway, so his buyback is pretty inconsequential. You keep your sniper alive, and you get that sniper with an Ags.
It's another gem fed over to the Radiant, by the way. I think one of them is on a courier now. And the fresh one already picked up by Sexy Fat, so I have plenty of money for that. Being said, yeah, okay, I mean, he buyback anyway. But Roshan, this is the big one. She's refresher. We talked about that like, what, 20 minutes ago. Oh god, they get the stun over on Golem, but more importantly, also gonna get the kill on his support. Lena casts a few spells, but she's gonna have to buy back after this Golem. With the BKB, trying to look for something here, but he alone, he does not have any sort of damage to do this. Now inside the arena, Sexyfet with a burst strike crossing the other side, Analog trying to get on top of Timado, but he's walking away. Slowed down now with the field so Analog so freaking slow himself. And look, that Soul Catcher giving him in range, but he's on top of Timado still. Him, Sexyfet, both the hacks, everything that they can with the triple kill for Draken. They have enough utility to deal with this chase to keep Timado safe. Forcing out a few more buybacks. There's not going to be a sinking 2 minutes without burst strikes.
They have to contest this Roche, but they're losing base while they do it. The tier 4s are getting sieged right now. They're in a lose-lose scenario. This is
There's
the
no way to
perfect-
do this. They don't have the firepower for it. 15 seconds. BKB is on cooldown for Broodmother Golem. He can go in, use his ultimate. That's about it. Okay, and there's some firepower there from Ma. Coming through, 45 seconds
Dodged it with the
until that's
disruptor.
available.
Die back on analog too.
Ugh, no. That is slightly problematic now, Draken.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They've lost a
That's a
tier
bit
4
now.
already. They're gonna keep losing more. They have to defend, but they can't afford to lose the Roche.
There's a catapult here. They'll get rid of the Ancient here once they're through this tower.
Lena's been
Finally,
said that
Lena,
to do with
yeah.
this. She had, like, somebody has to go back.
Is under attack.
Either lose the game or you lose the game. If Ego recognize this, they can go straight into the pit. Sniper in base right now, can throw in shrapnel, a few right clicks. Deal with top lane, no problem. Roshan still to be right clicked, even though he's super freaking low right now.
Dagon 5 on the Ember Spirit.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, SG, they have no buybacks. Two of the heroes still missing. Your boys in the best position to win this game right now, especially if they can get another one. Chains over on the Lina. Goodbye, man.
Die back.
Another dieback, and I think the writing's on the wall for this one. Took a while for it to come out. Eventually, this third Roche of the game. 73 minutes, only the third Roche. Can you imagine that? Tomato not TPing out. Golem's still in the front lines with 2 of his own lives.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Should be able to deal with that though. Bracken, the own one.
Dire's middle
Can tank
tower
stun with the Lincolns. Going with the BKB. Sanking. Back alive. TP on top of him.
Creeps are
Go for
taking
burst
the
strike.
Ancient.
Finds 2. Keeps it working away at the Ancient, so let's have a click on that. Meanwhile, in the back, Cat down for the counter. Sex fan with the epicenter. They get 1 kill. It was only on Matthew support. It's just straight up buying back. The follow-up control is too much. Way too much damage as well. He's sanking.
Ember's TPing in the face.
Die as well. Everyone is dead. GG finally called. SG Esports. They almost did it. They held on forever in this game. But ultimately, it was Ego Boys were able to claim the victory. Boy, what an important one for them as well. Because with that, they're sitting at 4-3. Team Ham, they are out of the running, I believe. Yeah, Team Ham 3-4. Ego Boys now 4-3. Gorilla's Pride did lose their other game up against Thunder Predators, so with this result, they're still Pain. Oh no, Pain. All I think the other stream had 2 different games while we had this one, so all of the games are through. Pain is 1 against Gorilla's Pride as well, so they are out at 2-5. So we have our 4 teams: Infamous, Thunder Predator, Ping Gaming, and now with this game also Ego Boys in the playoffs. What a way to end, Forge. Could we have asked for anything better?
Enigma. No, I mean, honestly, all jokes aside, that was a fantastic game from both teams. Ego Boys and SG playing their hearts out. And it might not have been the most entertaining thing for that little period where we had that stalemate, but that is what discipline ends up looking like, is the ability to sit on that high ground and hold and wait for opportunities. You poke, you prod, you seize the first opportunity, you look, and you jump all in for SG. You know, they did the best they could. Sexy Fat split pushing around the map. Cat doing what he could to just constantly scout the pit, get the ice blast off onto the sniper. But at the end of the day, Snip Snap did the peep pap. I don't know where that came from or what happened there, but basically Sniper did Sniper things. Tomato played an excellent game, ended with 18-5 and 23.
100,000 damage done, 83k on Bracken as well. Putting the R's and carry or something. I don't know. I think both of us are pretty done at this point. After 70 plus minutes of Dota action in this game, 6 hours or so of game time total here for the 5 best of ones. And, well, that's us done with SA. I'm not sure what the plan is exactly for the next set of qualifiers, NA, CIS, and NA, EU, and China. if I'm gonna snag a few games of that or not. But for now, I'll thank you guys very much for tuning in these last 2 days. Forge, thank you very much for joining me. It's been a lot of fun as always. So, yeah. Last words
I
for the people?
appreciate the cast, man. I had a lot of fun. Thanks to you for bringing me on, and thanks for BTS for allowing me to be here. It was a good time.
Alright, you guys can follow us at dragondropdota as well as at ForgeDota on Twitter. Shout out to BDS, of course, as well from me. Keep an eye on their Twitter for everything that you need to know about the games that are going on, etc., etc. But for now, goodbye.